A structured education with intentional goals has long been viewed as essential to human progress and development. It helps people grow into the best versions of themselves and readies them to contribute positively to and for the common good. Education doesn't merely help build and improve students' skills, it also assists in the expansion of their characters and in their ability to help society fully recognize the dignity of all people. At DSPU, we share those same goals. We help educational systems nurture their students' characters and develop their knowledge and skill sets for entering the workforce as direct support professionals, ready to support individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Through DSPU, students are placed on a track of development that helps equip them for whatever long-term goals they may have, including careers in fields as diverse as healthcare, therapies, education, and many other essential professions. DSPU offers vocational vision and can inspire passion in students who are searching for a way to make a positive contribution to and for the common good. I'm Becky Watson, Director of Engagement at OADSP. Contact me at bwatson@oadsp.org to discuss the benefits of onboarding DSPU's fully developed program.
This episode of The Direct Line combines 2 or more shorter episodes.
Welcome to The Direct Line, the official podcast for OADSP. We're excited to have you here with us today, and if you have comments, suggestions, or if you want to join us in studio as a guest, reach out to me at podcast@oadsp.org.
I'm David Rustio, and today I'm speaking with Dawn. Welcome to the show, Dawn.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm doing pretty well.
You're not nervous like you said just a minute ago?
No, I'm pretty nervous.
There's no reason to be, Dawn. So,
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from Athens, here in
Okay.
Athens.
Athens, Greece?
No. Here in Athens, Ohio.
Athens, Ohio. Okay.
I live in Millfield now with my 3 kids.
Okay.
Who are,
Do they have names?
They do. Luna, Sydney, and Parker. And Parker, who's my oldest, just turned 17 yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we live in Millfield now. My partner and 1 dog, 5 cats, 3 rats, 2 turtles, and an axolotl.
Okay, so it's basically a zoo.
It is.
All right. And which of the animals is the easiest to care for?
Probably the turtles.
Okay. They don't like get under your feet or
They do not.
they don't bite.
They might.
can.
They can, yes. Yeah.
What's their favorite food? Is it carrots?
The turtles?
Yeah.
No, they eat turtle food that we get from the pet store.
Okay. Okay. For some reason, on some of the videos I've seen, it seems like everybody feeds them carrots.
Yeah, we've tried lettuce, but
They're not interested.
no, not interested.
Okay. Well, then, and you have how many cats?
Oh, we have 5 cats.
5 cats.
We're big cat lovers.
Are they in the house, outside, both?
They all stay in the house. They do not go outside.
And which one rules the roost?
I would say probably the newest.
Okay.
Which his name is Giovanni.
Giovanni.
He's the youngest, and he definitely rules the roost.
Okay, so it's
He's a terror,
and everyone behaves
pretty much.
because of him. Okay. Now I'm a dog person, and so what's your dog's name?
His name is Dowler.
Dower.
We adopted him 4 years ago
Okay.
from the Athens County Dog Shelter.
That's the best place to get a pet is really to go and get him from a shelter.
Oh, yes, I agree.
And tell us about him.
He's pretty good most of the time.
Is he like 700 pounds or 50 or?
No, he at 50 pounds. He's a Beagle mix.
Okay.
He tolerates the cats. Actually, he seems pretty fond of them most of the time.
Okay, even the bossy one?
Even the bossy one. That one will actually play with him. So,
Okay, all right. Who wins?
usually the cat,
Of course.
because we get after the dog.
Yeah, the cats are so smart. They
Oh,
really
they are. I agree.
They know. They know. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you do for a living?
Well, I work for Athens County Public Libraries, and I'm adult services librarian at the Plains branch.
Okay. What does that mean?
I do
adult programming.
Okay.
So just like last night, I had a native plant gardening workshop that I
Okay.
did not lead. I had a presenter
Right.
for that.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
And so tell us about the organization.
Okay. I'm on the advisory board for the Athens County Community Singers, along with some other great board members, Billy Peacock and David Sinkoff and Katie Connor and Janet Wallish.
Okay. Community singers.
Yeah.
That makes me think maybe there's some shows occasionally.
There are, yes. The next performance is going to be March 21st at the Disability Awareness Festival at the Athens Community Center.
Okay.
Their theme this year is Inclusive Athens County.
Okay, nice, nice.
Yeah, and I did want to talk about our founder too,
Sure.
Stephanie Morris, who is also the choir director.
Okay.
So she's pretty amazing and does a lot of stuff, including all our grant writing.
Okay. That's a tough job.
Yes.
It is. When was this organization founded?
Well, Stephanie founded the organization in 2013.
Okay. And talk about Stephanie.
Well, she is the founder and director, and I've known Stephanie for a long time. My brother Brian has been on the choir since the choir began in 2013, and that's how I met Stephanie and enjoyed watching the choir perform for years before I got involved on the board.
Okay.
And just watched how patient Stephanie is and how much she puts into the organization,
Right.
and how much joy that it's brought my brother. So I wanted to jump on board.
Yeah. Does she stand up there with a big baton and, you know?
Sometimes. I can talk more about the choir.
I would love you to.
Okay. The choir rehearsals happens once a week, and that's at Echoing Connections of Southeastern Ohio, who we are very grateful for Rachel Albridge and everyone there who lets us use the space for free, and they also let us store our instruments there.
Okay.
And Rachel has also helped, well, she usually comes to our board meetings, and she's just helped with so much stuff as far as fundraising.
Okay.
So
Fundraising.
yeah, that's been a big struggle. It's really hard in this community.
Is it just because there's so many other options? Is it because there's just not enough folks, or? It's a tough question.
That is a tough question. Yeah, our biggest funding is from grants, but there are a lot of nonprofits, for these grants. We have had some other successful fundraisers with Athens Rotary, and then Athens Sunrise Rotary. They do a program, Drafts for a Difference, and at the Pigskin.
Okay.
So, and we do have T-shirts that we sell.
I'm just curious about the pigskin.
Oh, it's on Court Street. It's a pretty amazing place. The food is delicious.
Okay, so it's a restaurant, and they don't serve pork, do they?
They do.
Is it the best barbecue around? You don't have to answer that. I don't want anybody mad at you.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Awesome. So where do you hope to take the organization in the next few years?
Well, we are looking for some more board members
Okay.
to help out. So if anyone in the Athens County community who...
Okay, so not the Dayton area where I'm from.
Probably not. It probably would be good to live in the area. But if people are interested in joining our board, they can email me, Dawn, at accspresident@gmail.com.
Okay, say that one more time so people can get it again.
Okay. accspresident@gmail.com.
Okay.
The Athens County Community Singers will be doing a performance at the Lindley Inn for their happy hour later in March. And then a Kimes sing-along in May. And Senior Make a Difference Day also coming up in May.
So if people want to find out about the performances, where can they go and look? Is there a website or?
Yes, we do have a website, and that's athenscountycommunitysingers.com.
Okay.
And then we also have a Facebook, which we post fundraisers and performances on.
Okay.
And that's just Athens County Community Singers.
On Facebook.
On Facebook, correct.
Well, that makes it easy.
Mm-hmm.
So, folks, if you're out there listening, want to catch a performance, those are the places to go find out what's coming up next.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was wonderful to get to talk about the choir and something I hold dear.
And you're not nervous anymore because we're almost done.
I'm still a little nervous.
Well, it was fun, and you did a great job today, and appreciate you kind of putting plugs in there for your organization.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Thanks.
Thanks for listening,
Bye-bye.
and join us next time on The Direct Line.
We'll be right back. This episode of The Direct Line is brought to you by Leadership Launchpad, OADSP's flagship leadership development program. We all know that a leader is not defined by title alone. It's more than a position, and it's needed at all levels of an organization. Each Leadership Launchpad retreat is its own universe, separate from the outside world, so participants are empowered to concentrate on personal development, exercise networking skills, and re-enter the day-to-day with a clearer sense of their leadership identities. Visit the upcoming events listing at oadsp.org for dates and registration and scholarship information. And now back to the show.
Welcome to The Direct Line, the official podcast for OADSP. We're excited to have you here with us today, and if you have comments, suggestions, or if you want to join us in studio as a guest, reach out to me at podcast@oadsp.org.
I'm David Rustio, and today I'm talking with Ray. Welcome to the show, Ray.
Hi, David. Thanks for having me.
How are you today?
Doing well.
Well, can you tell the audience a little bit about you, about Ray?
Sure. So I live in Lancaster, Ohio. I have a wonderful family, four great kids, and I'm 4 grandkids now too, and a ton of hobbies. I love to do music.
Okay.
Good instruments like piano, and then odd instruments like bagpipes and accordion.
Okay.
Love to do woodworking, and just like to keep
Jack
busy.
of all trades.
Yeah, let's try it.
So if I go to iTunes, am I going to be able to pick up your music?
Blissfully, no.
Why do you say blissfully? Come on now.
Let's just say no one's ever paid me to play. So
okay.
Let's just leave it there.
So what's your favorite instrument to play?
Oh, piano.
Piano.
Far and away. Yeah.
Okay. Is it something you've always done? Did you take lessons? You just picked it up?
Got kicked out of lessons after 6 months.
You kicked out of lessons?
Kicked out. Yeah. Yeah. My mother was very wise and didn't tell me that until I was in my 30s. But I play at a little country church here in Bremen, Ohio, every Sunday, and I just love it. It's a great family.
Yeah. Well, nice.
Yeah.
What do you do for fun?
Well, so for fun, we spend a lot of time with the family. We do some traveling around, but
Disney World?
We have, yeah.
It's not relaxing, is it?
We last went with our grandkids, my eldest daughter and her kids, and I think it was really important that my daughter reserved a room really close to the margarita stand. I think that kind of tells tells you about the experience. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, and the kids are just really wonderful to be with.
Yeah, well, good. So, what do you do for a living?
So I work for Echoing Hills.
Okay.
We're a ministry that serves about 600 people.
Wow.
All across the state.
Okay.
And my job as chief program officer and vice president is to go to each of our regions and make sure that everybody's got what they need and that.
And how many people help serve all those folks? How many staff?
Well over 500. Right now I think we're sitting around 530 or so.
Okay.
In terms of our full-time staff.
And you're not short-staffed. There's no way.
No, who's short? No one's ever short.
Not in this industry.
Please, yeah.
So if we have DSPs listening and they're interested in a job, how would they find you?
They can just go to our website, dhvi.org.
Okay.
Call me personally, and I'll beg them.
Okay. All right.
If they're looking for a little personal attention, but yeah, no, we're happy to have anybody apply for us. It's a great place to work. Just a lot of really great, talented people are working here. So, yeah.
Well, so tell us more about the organization and how it got here and where you want to be in 10 years.
Yeah, so we're kind of unique in that we were founded by a guy named Cordell Brown, who's still involved with the organization.
Okay.
Well over 50 years ago now. Cordell himself has cerebral palsy.
Okay.
And when he was a young man, he wanted to be a minister, and a minister friend of his dissuaded him from that and said, "Really, I think you have another calling." And he received that when he was at his family's farm in Warsaw, where our headquarters is now. And he received a vision to create a ministry serving people with disabilities. Okay. And so it started as a camp. Camp's still there and operating.
Okay.
And then has grown from there. But one of the things that I think is incredible is that over 20 years ago, when he was first developing some of his homes in Lorraine, he wanted to make sure that we had the ability to serve married couples.
Okay.
Even back then. He was just, it's a difference between somebody who wants to help people and somebody who understands what it's like to live that experience.
Right.
And so that's just been a wonderful blessing for us with Cordell, and he's still here. He's a funny guy, and even though he walks with a walker, he still drives everywhere at 80. One of the stories I love to tell is that I soon after starting, I went to a fundraiser, and a bunch of people around the table knew Cordell.
Okay.
And one of them said, Cordell, I understand, or, he was telling me the story about how Cordell had bought a fire engine for the campground and then proceeded to blow it up. And so I came back and I told Cordell that story, and he said, "Okay, first off, that's totally wrong." He said, first there were 2 fire engines, not 1. And he goes, I didn't blow it up. He said, we actually used it to put out some fires. And I said, "Does it bother you at all, though, that somebody would tell me that you blow up a fire engine?" And I didn't even blink.
Yeah, it's okay.
Cordell. It's Cordell. But no, he's just an incredible guy, and really he's built a ministry that's really stood the test of time.
So what types of services do you provide?
So we provide residential services, both waiver and ICF.
Okay.
Dayhab services, and we're just starting now in the Dayton area to get into employment services.
Okay.
So, and then one of our focal points still is the camp. It's a wonderful that's a wonderful program that serves over 300 people by itself.
Okay.
But they also provide respite and now some great trip opportunities. So just in the past year, our staff there have taken people to Disney World, the Bahama cruise. They're looking at an Alaskan cruise.
Oh, wow.
They're all over the place.
So talk about the facility of the camp.
So the facility is really wonderful, and it's been recently refurbished with some incredible gifts from some of the families that we work with. But so we have, I think we have, I'm gonna say 10 cabins. I'm probably off on that. But a main dining hall. We have the Brown Center, which is a huge gymnasium, and also serves our Dayhab Center there.
That's not where the Cleveland Browns go in the summer to practice and get.
They asked, and we said no. We were busy with it
because
we have needs. But yeah, and it's just exactly what you'd expect in a camp. There's it's a lot of acreage, and then the focal point is Cross Hill. Being in ministry, a lot of our work there has to do with introducing people to faith.
Okay.
And so it's been a really just a wonderful place to go and meditate and connect and do all the great things that you can do at a camp.
Sure. Now you mentioned having ICFs and waiver homes. Not everybody listening might understand the difference between the two, can you kind of give us some insight?
Sure. So an ICF, it's called an intermediate care facility, and what that means is that it's a different funding system under Medicaid.
Okay.
The advantage of it being that you own the facility, the provider owns the facility. They
kind of like a licensed home in waiver world.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. And so a lot of the costs and things that a person might need in that home are all covered under that under that umbrella.
Okay.
So a lot less to worry about for an individual who lives there. They're really designed for people who have more intense needs.
Sure.
People who need 24/7 supervision.
Okay.
And in our case, we tend to focus on people who have complex medical needs.
Okay.
And so
that's kind of tough.
It is. And so that's really our focus. On the waiver side, that is meant really designed around more independence. The people either own or lease their own home.
Okay.
There, they'll have roommates, so there's going to be a roommate agreement. You
Okay.
have, you work out how you're going to live. The staff come in and only provide the supports that they need.
Right.
And so that makes it a very different kind of residential setting. A little more freedom there in terms of,
Sure.
The other issue that we don't often like to talk about is that there's more agencies monitoring an ICF. So the ICF is monitored both by the Department of Developmental Disabilities and the Department of Health.
Okay.
Whereas waivers are strictly under the Department of Developmental Disabilities.
And regulations and rules. That's not much in our
once you
world.
get past this first 600 pages, it's pretty easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's just all check boxes, right?
That's right. Who can't manage that, right?
Oh, gracious. None of us can manage it. And as soon as we understand it, it gets changed. So
Sure. It's the comfort. It's good job security.
yeah. So tell us about somebody that you've served or would like to share a story about, a moment that you've had with them or something great they've accomplished.
Sure. Can I share two?
Yes,
short
you can.
stories?
Absolutely.
So I've been in this work a long time, and
Like 15 years.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah. so I actually worked my way through college working in group
Okay.
homes and spent the last year as a live-in house manager. And so the first story is there, where I had this. So we had 4 children living in this home that I was the home manager of, and as you do, as you're trying to teach the kids how to do things,
Sure.
we would eat together as a family, and when they would want something, I would ask them to follow a certain pattern, right? So may I have some beans, please? May I have some hamburger, please? Whatever. And so I had one resident who had just finished eating, and he was taking his stuff out to the out to the kitchen, and he just had a humongous fart as he left, and
I get it.
And I said, Billy, what do you say when you fart? And he goes, and he sat there and he thought for a second. He said, may I fart, please?
Get some permission.
Yeah, it was.
Pretty
classic. The second story, though, was one that was really just enlightening for me. So this is a guy who had had a tumor in his brain when he was a kid and had been operated on. And so when you mess around with the midbrain, a couple of things happen. One thing is that he could be very emotional, very explosive.
Sure.
And the other thing is that it affected the front part of his brain. So you have problems with executive control and judgment and that kind of stuff. And so we had developed this relationship. This is when I was working at a Dayhab center. It was a shelter workshop. And every day he wanted all the jobs because he wanted to make as much money as possible.
Well, sure.
And if he didn't get it, he would get very upset. And so the staff had just kind of taken to letting him have all the jobs that he wanted. He was defining the whole thing. And so
he just was a one-man show for the whole day. Okay.
And so we worked with him. We said, okay, so here's the deal, that this is the job you're assigned. This is the job we'll pay you for. You can do whatever jobs you want.
Sure.
but thank you for volunteering. And that took about a day. And he said, okay, I'll only do the job. So, but still at the start of every day, that is his makeup, his own, because of the experiences he's had, that the tumor that he had, he had to unleash his stuff. And so we had an agreement that as soon as he would get upset, go to my office, sit down, you can scream and cry and swear.
All you want.
Do everything you want. Just let it out. And then when you're done, when you're ready, let's talk. And then we'll figure out the rest of the day. And so he would come in and at one point he would scream and cry and say, I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to talk. And I said, maybe not. Let's wait. But this one day they called me out to the floor because he was moving all these skids that he didn't, it wasn't his job of the day.
Sure.
And I did a stupid thing. I stood in the way of one of his skids. Right?
Okay.
But at that point, we had a really close relationship, and he looked at me and he started to cry.
Oh.
And he said, Ray, get out of the way. I don't want to hurt you. But he said, Ray, get out of the way. Get out. I have to do this. Get out of the way. And I realized that I was confronting him for no reason at all. That there's nothing's going to break.
Sure.
If I let him do that, and then we could talk about it afterwards.
Sure.
But what I joke around a little bit, but it's kind of serious too. That for me at that moment, it seemed like the guy on a submarine who is being asked to close the door on a sinking submarine and keeping his friend behind it. That's the way I think he was looking at me. It's not that he wanted to hurt me, but his brain would not let him not finish what he had to do. And for me, it really was a lesson in control and the idea that I don't have to be in control of the people that I serve.
Right.
That I can really use that opportunity to learn from them and for them to learn to me, and together we can do something that's really pretty cool. So so
you both benefited from that moment.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, thank you for being here today.
Well,
I appreciate your time, and I'm glad I got to see you and to hear your stories, and I'm sure everybody else will enjoy them as well.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening, and join us next time on The Direct Line.